Hey Geminis, welcome back to Cappy Cove. So this is going to be your general reading for May 2019. This is for those who have Gemini in their sun, their moon, or their rising. I'm going to go ahead and jump in and get started. So the first two cards you'll have are the Skull of Stars, which is infinite possibilities, and Midnight, the most magical hour of all. This is not the first time this pair has came up, I don't think, for a general reading this month. I'm trying to think of who the other one was, but I don't know. I don't remember. But I will say that, with this one right here, the overall message I get for this card is for somebody who has gone through either pain or suffering or has been through something that's really hard or like a dark phase in your life, there's going to be an ending, like your time is coming to an end on that. And I'm also getting here that with this card, there's a possibility of those who have insomnia, trouble sleeping, or waking up in the middle of the night at certain times. That comes up a lot with that card too. Then also you have here the Skull of Stars. So this talks about having a lot of different possibilities. Some of you may be feeling overwhelmed, which is why you're staying up at night, because there are so many things going on, or things that are a lot of things you're trying to not take control, but a lot of things you're trying to take charge and make possible, and there just might be too much you're taking on, and those could be keeping you up at night as well. I feel like some of you may need to open your mind more, or be more open and receptive. There could be somebody here who is kind of like deceiving themselves or lying to themselves about something. Some of you who are also, with this card, I get a lot of like letting go of false beliefs. People that hold on to ways of believing something because they have picked that up from somebody else, as opposed to creating and making your own belief system. So it's also talking a lot about needing to work on your beliefs and honoring your truth of who you are and stepping into that. Also, make sure not to run from the truth. I feel like if there's any type of truth going on here, or trying to find the truth in something, it's saying not to ignore it or not to run from it, but to acknowledge it and get through it. I feel like some of you do feel like you're kind of being lied to, or there's something sneaky or shady going on. And I feel like that some of you may have, like, it's kind of taking you down, but I don't know, I keep getting like this, it's weighing on you. It's definitely weighing on you. I'm also getting the message here to stick to it. So if there's something that you're doing, you have to stick to it. So it's almost like sticking to it and working through it. And be careful not to be too distant or cold. I'm also seeing, like, I really get somebody here is like really intelligent, like, you know what, let's get into the cards. Let's see what they pull up. Take a minute there. Oh yeah, there we are. Four of Swords. You know what? That's not the first time I've had that card there either. Like, I feel like a lot of people are dealing with like a lot of anxiety and insomnias and sleep issues and sleep disturbances, or have too much on their mind or going on, or they're just like, it's overwhelming. I feel like overwhelmed. It's with the feeling I'm getting right now. So that's pretty much going to be your monthly energy. Ooh, so we have the Ace of Hazards, Queen of Swords in reversed, Five of Wands, Two of Swords. Yeah, and see right here, this card already tells me, trying to make a decision when you don't have all the answers, or blindly making decisions. I feel like there's something that you're unclear about, though, which is why you can't make the decision. Like, you need to know something. And then we have the Chariot. And then we have Page of Swords. And there's that sneakiness. See, I feel like, I don't necessarily feel like this is somebody who's lying, but I feel like somebody's being very sneaky. But I don't necessarily know, like, you may feel like it's a bad thing, but I don't necessarily know if it is. I don't think for everyone it's going to be. I feel like there could be someone here who's sneaky, but overall I'm feeling like you need to figure out more answers as to why somebody's doing what they're doing. Like, there's more that needs to be known. I'm seeing a lot of you maybe trying to start something new, whether it be a relationship or a job. I feel like there is somebody here wanting to start their own business, and there's some struggles and conflict going on with that. I feel like this may have been something you have already started, like it's been in the works, not necessarily that you're starting it this month, but there has been some issues with somebody about this in the past. Or it could be a relationship as well. Try not to be too cold and distant though with your feelings. I'm getting this really big like chill vibe, like you're being too cold and chilly. Like somebody here is just too like distant. There needs to be more you need to bring more of your feelings and emotions into some of these decisions that also need to be made. I feel like you're just kind of like, I feel like somebody here is making decisions just like quickly and swiftly, like they're just trying to hurry and get through shit. And I feel like for some of you that's fine, because there's not necessarily a right or wrong decision to be made. But for those who are being very like indecisive, you need to take charge and start picking something. But don't pick something just to pick it. Make sure you're kind of following what you want as you're picking it, but yet don't be indecisive. Does that make sense? Like, don't be indecisive with it, but at the same time, like when you're making your decision, you need to pull it from like what you really want and what you're trying to do. Like, I feel like there's a decision here. It's like, you can't just use your mind with it. You need to throw in some of your intuition and your emotions into that decision as well. It might help you make it more decisively. Somebody might be working here like with that. I mean, this is also normally a card of like spying, but I feel like somebody actually might be like in high intelligence. Like, I'm feeling like government work, like I don't know, like what are those spy agents and shit called? I don't know, like CIA or something. I don't know. I feel like somebody might be working some type of higher up position or working with an intelligence group, because I'm getting somebody here is like really fucking smart. Some of you may have just found this out through like a test also that you've recently had. Some of you also feel like people need to mind their own business. I keep getting somebody's like, you need to mind your business. I don't know if it's you or if it's somebody you're dealing with, but somebody here needs to mind their business. Pay attention to the numbers 1 and 2. Those will be numbers that Spirit uses to communicate with you throughout the month. Some of you might be too smart for your own britches. I'm getting that message too. I do feel like for any of you who are having issues with making also a decision, okay, so if I'm looking right here with these 3 cards, if there's a decision that needs to be made and you're having a hard time making this decision, you are going to have to be the one to take charge. And right here, you might have to become a damn detective with this shit, okay? But like, I'm talking, you need to do a lot more research. I don't care if it's on Google, if it's spying on people, whatever it is you got to do. If you got to find out about a person or how their morals are or something, there's definitely a need to step in here and start researching and doing like your own detective work to be able to figure out, to help you make this decision a little bit better too. Some of y'all need that. Some of y'all actually need to go out of your way and pay attention to other people that are in your life and where this is affecting you and what you're doing. And this could be with anything. Like I said, it's a general reading. Apply it how you will, but it can have anything to do with like relationships or anything with business. Some of you, I even feel like with your health, you might have to be researching shit for your health on your own, because you're not really getting answers that you need here either. Also, make sure that if you're becoming too overwhelmed and like with all these sleeping issues and stuff, or with new things that keep popping up throughout May, if you're feeling too overwhelmed, make sure that you take a moment for yourself and get yourself in check, because I feel like you need to, if you're not balanced within, it's going to come across and, you're outside and everything you're trying to take care of. I feel like also some of you are going to have some celebrations this month. I know for like here in the States and stuff, like, we have Mother's Day and everything, but I feel like there's another type of celebration. I don't necessarily feel like it's that. I also feel like some of you may be celebrating like a loss of someone. Not like in a happy way. I don't know. When I said that out loud, it came across sounding kind of messed up. I mean it like, celebrating the life of somebody who has passed. For those who are intelligent, you'll know what I mean. See? Y'all are smart. Y'all got that. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and leave the reading there, Gemini. I feel like overall, there's just like a lot of restless energy here. Get some good sleep, do the research you need to do to get the answers that you're looking for, because I do feel like research is definitely going to be the key here to help you with what you need the answer to, especially if it has to do with something. It's like you intuitively kind of have an idea of something's off or something's wrong or something ain't right, but you have what it is to be able to go and make the effort in figuring out what it is yourself. I feel like y'all are going to be the ones that have to work to figure that out. All right, I'm going to leave it there because I do see that y'all are going to have a pretty good month, and I'm liking it so far. Bye, Gemini.